So recently we talked about the fact that Donald Trump has replaced Alina Haba in the Eugene Carroll lawsuits with a man by the name of Joseph Tacopina. And Mr. Tacopina is, of course, a very well-known defense lawyer. He has taken on a lot of high-profile cases, and Trump has now brought him in to handle both the battery lawsuit filed against him by Eugene Carroll and the defamation lawsuit filed against him by Eugene Carroll. Now, Lena Haba swears, by the way, that she is still totally 100% on those legal teams, so anybody saying else is fake news. But it's in the court filing, because you have to file when you change your lawyers, and he filed it that he changed his lawyers. So we see what's happening here, Alina, and you can't lie your way out of this one. But what's interesting about Donald Trump choosing Mr. Tacopina is that he is, a rather, celebrity lawyer, I guess you would call him. Not that he represents celebrities, but that he himself has enough notoriety. Enough notoriety that he's been a frequent guest on cable news. And in the year 2020, he went on CNBC. He was not Donald Trump's lawyer at the time. As far as we know, he had no affiliation or connection to Donald Trump at the time. But on CNBC, in the year 2020, Mr. Tacopina, now representing Donald Trump against Eugene Carroll, said that Donald Trump's legal defense in the Eugene Carroll defamation lawsuit was essentially garbage. He said, quote, "Trump calling an alleged victim of blank a liar is not an act in his official capacity." Now, the reason that one line stands out and the reason that one line is so important is because Trump's entire defense in the defamation case brought against him by Eugene Carroll is that when he called her a liar, when he said she was not his type, so there's no way he would have assaulted her, he was doing that in his official capacity as the President of the United States. Therefore, it was an official presidential proclamation, and therefore you cannot sue him for defamation for that, which would be true. If it's an official presidential proclamation, you can't sue for defamation. The president could come out and make an official proclamation today saying Farron Cousins is the ugliest human being on the planet. I've made this official proclamation. I can't do anything about it. That's just my life now. But if he said it during a campaign rally or a speech or something like that, then yeah, I could probably sue for defamation. I don't think I'd want that spotlight, so I wouldn't do it. But you see what I'm saying. And so now the man that is in charge of the defense that up to this point has tried to make that argument is on record 3 years ago saying that's not true. So here's where this gets a little fun. Tacopina will now be the guy going to court for Donald Trump. Tacopina, the lawyer, is not on trial. So you're not going to have the plaintiff's lawyers going in there and saying, he once said that blah, blah, blah. The judge is going to be like, dude, that's not relevant. So instead, especially because that lawyer is not the one on trial here. So instead, what those plaintiffs' lawyers are going to do is they're going to tell the jury in the opening and closing statements, I'm guessing if they're very good lawyers, this is what they'll do. They will bring up that quote from 2020 from Mr. Tacopina. They will point out to the jury that the man they're hearing from on the other side doesn't even believe the things that he is saying, contradicted, of course, by his 2020 statement on CNBC. They may even show the clip. Because in the opening and closing statements, they're allowed to do things like that. During the course of questioning of witnesses and things like that, they're not going to bring it up. But they're going to paint that lawyer as a man who doesn't even believe the things that he is arguing on behalf of his client, and they're going to show on television how he said that himself. That's not going to end well for Trump. That is not a knock on Tacopina, by the way, as a lawyer at all. It's just, maybe you shouldn't have taken this case when there's already a public record of you kind of saying the whole thing is garbage. Wasn't the best decision, if you ask me. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.